We wanted to share with you in this video some of the questions that we're frequently asked about bankruptcy in Alabama. And we won't cover all the topics that are listed in the article below this video, but we do want to hit a few of the high points. First of all, what is bankruptcy? Well, bankruptcy is where we go into federal court, bankruptcy court, and we seek protection of that court. And normally that's against creditors. Maybe somebody's suing us, maybe somebody garnishing us, maybe somebody who is collecting against us, whatever the case may be. It gives us a chance to get a fresh start, or maybe to restructure our debt. And that leads me to the next typical question, which is, well, what are the two types of bankruptcy? Well, there's a Chapter 7 bankruptcy. Some people call that a straight bankruptcy. The idea is we wipe out all of our debts, and then maybe we reaffirm or agree again to be bound by certain debt, normally secured debt, maybe a car, maybe a home mortgage. Chapter 13, which is sometimes called debtor's court, is where we put all of our debts into court, and then we get a plan, like a restructuring plan, you might think of it, where we're making payments over 3 years, maybe 5 years. Every month we're making payments into court. Well, another question that's asked is, if I file bankruptcy, will I ever be able to get credit again? And of course, every situation is different, but think about it this way, particularly if you file Chapter 7. Your debt is wiped out, so somebody looking at you to make a loan knows that you have very little debt. And you also can't file Chapter 7 bankruptcy for a number of years. And so the answer to the question is, yes, you should be able to get credit again. It may not be immediate, it may not be at a very low rate, but coming out of a bankruptcy, the idea is that you will be in a better position than going in. You're not going to have typically the garnishments, the judgments, the people pulling all this money out of your bank account. You should get that fresh start. And as long as you do things very wisely and smartly, then you should be able to reestablish credit, at least over the long term. Another question we're asked is, can I keep my car, can I keep my house? Again, the answer typically is yes. Now it depends, are you behind on your house, you behind on your car? Does the creditor want you to be able to keep it or reaffirm it? And that all depends on what's been going on. Do you have the ability to pay for this? But that certainly is an option, that you may be able to keep your house or keep your car. Another issue is, if I file Chapter 7 bankruptcy, will the trustees sell my house, sell my car? Well, it depends. You have a lot of equity in that. In other words, here's the value of the house and here's what you owe. Well, if that's over a certain amount, then the trustee, his or her job is to gather up all of your assets and your liabilities and see if we can sell some of your assets to pay some of your bills. He or she may say, yes, I want to sell your house. Again, when you sit down with a bankruptcy lawyer, you'll be able to get the answer to that question, or at least a good judgment on that question. There's lots of other questions and answers that we've put below, but we hope that by watching this video, by reading some of the questions and answers we have below, it'll give you at least a certain level of knowledge so that you can think about, well, what is your specific question, or what is really important to you? Write that down, whether you meet with us, whether you meet with a bankruptcy lawyer, be able to ask those questions and then get good answers, because you may find out that bankruptcy is not an option for you. Or it may be it's an option, but it's not the best option. Maybe you're really seeking bankruptcy because of identity theft. Well, usually there's a lot better ways to handle it than bankruptcy. Maybe you're seeking bankruptcy because you have all these collectors that are just coming after you. Well, if they're violating the law, the best approach may not be to file bankruptcy, but it may be to sue them. Maybe you're looking at a foreclosure and you think, well, bankruptcy is my only option to stop the foreclosure. Well, it may be an option. It may be the best option, or it may be that the better option is to sue the mortgage company if it is violating the law. So these are just some things we want you to think about, some thoughts for you to consider. And as you sit down with the lawyer and lay out your situation, here's everything I'm going through, we want you to be able to have some questions to ask and some knowledge so that you can make the best decision for you and for your family. If we can help you, give us a call, 205-879-2447, or you can fill out the form on this website. Thank you very much.